Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this new ETP4HPC webinar after the summer. Glad to see you again. I've seen a few names I know already. Let me first introduce myself. I'm Pascal. I'm ETP4HPC's communication manager. For those of you who are not familiar with ETP4HPC, we are a non-profit association that promotes European research and innovation in HPC, and we are a private member of the Euro HPC JU. And our role is to propose research priorities for Europe in the area of HPC, of course. So our topic today is going to be EUMaster4HPC, and we're going to focus specifically on interaction between companies and students. ETP4HPC is a member of the EUMaster4HPC consortium, by the way. So before I hand over to our speaker, I will give you a few practical information. So this webinar is recorded, and you will receive the link to the recording tomorrow. This webinar is in listen-only mode, but you can exchange with us through the GoToWebinar controls, the ones illustrated here. So you can ask questions using the question tool. You can submit questions at any time during the presentation. I will share them in the chat so everybody can see the questions, but we'll handle all of your questions at the end of today's session. And in the handouts section, well, you will find today's slides, but we noticed a small mistake at the last minute. So you can download them, but I will send them again after the webinar. So that's about it for the housekeeping information. I would now like to introduce today's speaker, Stéphane Labbé. Hello, Stéphane. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
So Stéphane is full professor at Sorbonne Université here in Paris. He's specialized in modeling and simulations in particular. He's here today mostly, I think, in his role of General Director of Summit, which is a service unit of Sorbonne University in charge of building collaborations between industry and researchers. So I think that's about it for the introduction. The agenda today is very simple. We only have one speaker, so after I'm finished with my introduction, I hand over to Stéphane, and then we'll have your questions in the last part of the webinar. So Stéphane, I'm going to hand over to you so you can share your slides. Make presenter. This should be okay.
I arrive.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah, fine now.
So, thank you very much, Pascal, for this introduction, and thank you for the invitation. So, I am going to speak about the European Master for High Performance Computing. It is a project to evaluate what we can do at the European scale in order to ensure the formation of engineers and researchers in HPC in Europe. I will focus on the student journey, and in particular with the interaction with industry on society. Some words on the consortium. The consortium gather 23 European countries on almost 60 partners, academic partners, industry, supercomputing centers or ECMEs, and so on. The budget for this 4-year project is of 7 million euros, and it starts in January 2022. The objectives I said previously, it is shaping the HPC teaching environment and implement a pilot program. The coordination of the program is ensured by the University of Luxembourg, and the funding comes from Europe through the Euro-HPC joint undertaking. Now, the students. So the students are in the master for 2 years. During the first year, they are going to learn the HPC fundamentals. It is a core year, so mathematics, statistics, computer science, and so on. They are in one university, and during this first year, there are 2 workshops. And these workshops have two objectives. The first is to present some aspects of the HPC, so it's natural. And the second is to put the students in contact with industry. So industrial are going to come to the workshops in order to present what they do on the kind of problem they want to tackle, and also their needs in terms of students, in terms of collaborators. As you see on the 2 last lines, during the second year, there is a mobility between universities. There is always, it is possible mobility, but in fact, there is always mobility. And at the end of the 3rd semester, there is the internship. So the internship is something very important also, with most of the universities are going to organize the master thesis around the internships, not all the universities. So each university keeps, in fact, in its particularities. This is very important. And we are going to speak also about the internship and the involvement of industry and societies in general in the internships. Some results, yet we had 3 cohorts. The first, there were 20 students. The second, 43 students. On the coming cohort, the new cohort for this year, it is 50 students. So they are dispatched on almost no more than 10 universities around Europe. It is an innovative curriculum. This curriculum has been built in collaboration with universities, but also supercomputing centers and industry. Because I insist on the fact that the idea is to have, at the end of the formation, students, professionals, able to work in supercomputing centers, in laboratories, but also, and it is very important, in industry. Then the industry gave what they need in terms of knowledge to be sure that the students we are going to form in this master will be able to be collaborators in these societies. So you see there is the first year, so with mathematics, computer architecture, some transversal skills, parallel programming or software engineering. And after there is a specialization modules, and at the end, the internship and the master thesis. There are yet 4 specialization, numerical on data, excuse me. So this is very important. System development and support, performance analyst and advisor, and system architect. And the academic activities are the following: the workshop. So I spoke about the workshop some slides ago. The summer school, the Euro HPC Summit, the ETP4HPC conference, and the HPC challenges. Today, I am going to focus on the summer school, we'll speak a little about the workshop. I will focus on the summer school and the HPC challenges and the internships. Workshop, summer school, HPC challenges on internship are in direct interaction with industry. The summer school. Yet, 2 summer schools has been organized. The first was organized, in Grenoble. So, excuse me, there is a small mistake. It is not Université Champagne-Ardenne, but it is Grenoble University. 21 students attended to this summer school, and the second has been organized by the Technical University of Ostrava, and 50 students attended to this university. What is important, it is the fact that companies are involved, and if you are interested in being involved in the summer school, do not hesitate to contact us. The first summer school, the companies involved were Amazon Web Service and NVIDIA. On the second summer school, it was MathWorks and EUMaster4HPC. They give courses and they organize internal challenges during the summer school. And the summer school are organized almost, we are organizing yet now the next summer school. The first summer school in Grenoble, here are some photographies, and the second in the Czech Republic, as I said. And there is a call for a proposal. So you have a flashcard here. You can have this flashcard in the document in the presentation. Pascal is going to share with you, with you. And do not hesitate to contact us. The second interface with industry, it is the internships. This year, it was the first year for the internships. So second year of the master, so first year of the internship. 56 internship proposals have been submitted on a web application. 41 internship has been accepted. So we analyze the proposals in order to be sure that the proposals match with the needs of the formation. And there is a discussion with the institution and the societies who proposed the internship in order to change the framework of the internship in order to be sure that the proposal match, or to postpone the internship for next session, or to decide that it is not a HPC internship. The members of the committee are members of the universities, but also of Terratech, ETP4HPC, Cineca, UNIFPV, and UNITO. So you can find the list of internship. The students can find the list of internship on the Moodle platform. And when the offer is published, the institution and the company receive notification by mail if the students are interested, and they are in contact, and they decide if they can work all together. Here is a distribution of internship per countries. You see that it is, in fact, all the countries in the consortium, almost all the countries are involved. And we have 8 internship in supercomputing centers, 10 in industry, and 38 in research centers. So our students like to go in research centers, so they are on the research center are interested in their application. In fact, we are looking for industrial subjects for internship. So do not hesitate to propose internship subjects, and do not hesitate to contact me to discuss about internships. So here are some words of students. So as he said, the internship is very important, and it was connected with his master thesis. So this is important to be sure that the internship subject will be linked with the theory on the subject developed during the master. The students are very interested in being involved in subjects and in internships where there is a real challenge. So this is important for them. So as I said, so challenging internships. There is a call for proposal. The same, if you want to submit an internship, you are welcome. It would be wonderful. Thank you. The challenges. So the challenges, it is a project for the student during the third semester of the master. So the first semester of the second year. These challenges have several goals. The first goal is to improve the knowledge of the students and to make sure that they can apply what they learned on a difficult project. The second goal is to evaluate their capacity to develop a project and their capacity to work in group. So it is groups of almost 5 or 6 students. And the third goal is to work on real projects proposed by industry. So each year there is an industrial who proposed subjects for the challenges. And at the end of the challenges, there is a ranking of the efficiency of each group. The student challenges, as I said, 6 students for the first cohort, 20 students for the second cohort. So they are ambassadors and they participate to the demo lab. The students use Meduxina HPC platform. So 9 teams of 3 students each for the second cohort. And this year, because there are 9 teams, we recruited mentors in order to be sure that everything will be fluid for the students. So some examples of subjects. For the previous year, the challenge was organized by Codasip. So Tadej Murovic was the leader of the challenges, and there was a subject on the particle swarm optimization research. The objective was to explore particle swarm optimization on a particular architecture of machine. So here you see the challenge breakdown. So it was a success and the students were very efficient. This first test for the challenges was quite concluent and very concluent. For the coming year, it is Giorgio Scafanas from the University of Luxembourg, who is going to propose benchmarking and regression testing for the quantum Monte Carlo simulation application in HPC systems. The software are in general developed for specific target platform on specific applications. Number of use cases on target platform increase gradually, so you have to learn more and more things. And an inflection point occurs where the developments must be formally organized. So how to facilitate the transition in HPC systems? So this is the question here. So the quantum mecha is a quantum Monte Carlo package. So we are going to use the students. It is in development since 2017. These methods are stochastic techniques, and they are used to integrate in the time-independent Schrödinger equations. And they are developed originally by Matteo Barberini. So to study the electron-positron molecular systems or to simulate environment with embeddings that couple electrons with quantum Drude oscillators. So it is a very useful subjects. So it is one of the goal of the challenge is to be sure that the students are going to work on odd subjects. If you want to propose a challenge, you are welcome. So you can propose the challenge with this QR code. And again, you can contact me. So here is the photography for the presentation of the students' challenge 2024. The last part of this presentation is about the workshop. So the workshop, it is the 3 conferences proposed to the students. These conferences are in real life, but also in distant connection. Here are some previous workshops in University of Orléans for HPC on multidisciplinary fields. Inline workshop on CUDA, C++ and Python, or a workshop organized by FAO. It was a career day, and specifically on quantic group presentation BSc. The call for proposal for 24-25 workshop is open. If you are interested in proposing a workshop, so do not hesitate to contact us. On the last, it is the conferences. So we insist and we propose to the students to participate to conference. So first is ETP4HPC. So thank you to ETP4HPC for this organization and for the hosting of our students. So the last was in Netherlands. There is also the Euro HPC Summit. The last was in Belgium. And all the students were very interested in participating in these conferences because they were in contact with several industries and they were able to present what they did. So it was for them something very important. So you will be able to read these testimonies. And the last was ESC 2024 in Hamburg. And it's the end of my presentation, so you can learn more about the EUMaster4HPC, and I let you ask for some questions if you want.
Okay, so I will share my screen again. Thank you, Stéphane.
You're welcome.
So, dear attendees, if you have questions, suggestions, now it's time for this. So you can ask questions in the GoToWebinar question tool. Oh yeah, I see there is one question. Okay, so I'm trying to copy it. Sorry. So are there MOOCs being prepared within the EUMaster4HPC project?
Totally, yes.
Yes?
There are
Okay,
MOOCs,
because, okay.
and we continue to develop these MOOCs, and it was one of the goals of the project to develop MOOCs about HPC.
Okay, and so second part of the question is if MOOCs are being developed, will they be available to the public or just to enrolled students?
Right now, it is available to students, but I think that they can be open. Um, I will have to verify if they are open yet.
Okay, but it's the objective is to open
Yes,
them.
yes.
Okay, okay. So maybe they're not yet now yet, but okay. And there was a third part to the same question. Will the documents and courses remain accessible after the project ends? That's a good question.
Yes, it is a good question, and I hope so. We will do. We'll try to continue with this project. So it was, in fact, a first test, and I hope that this test will be the beginning of another project. So the MOOCs and the courses will remain accessible.
Yeah, well, I certainly hope that the project will not end after 4 years.
Yes,
It's
I hope
something that
also.
should that should last. Okay, so any other questions? So, oh, Catherine Salemeris, she's the project manager. So she said, yes, it's available to all. Just go to the web page and request access. Okay, good. Good to know. Thank
So
you,
it is on
Catherine.
request. Yes, thank you, Catherine.
And she also said, yes, it will remain available in the European community. And she sent, she actually sent a URL, so I'm going to copy it into the chat for everyone to see. So now you should have the URL, the Moodle. Moodle is a MOOC, so the Moodle URL for everyone. Okay, thank you, Catherine. So, do we have any other question? Not for the moment. Okay, we'll wait a little bit. So, Stéphane, is there anything you wanted to add or?
So we hope that we will have a new project after this one, because I
Yeah,
think that it is really useful, and the feedbacks are very good. Feedback from the students, but also from the industry. Then we are going to work on the next project, and to see what we can do in order to ensure that this kind of project will be available.
mm,
And we are very fond of contact with industry.
yeah,
And as I said, it is important for us to invite industry to come in the workshops, in the summer school, to propose internships. So this is very important for us. It is a big part of the success.
yeah. I understand. Well, actually, it was really, I mean, one of our roles, I mean, one of the ETP4HPC's role in the project was to try and get our industrial members to participate and propose internships and whatever. So we have another question, so I will copy it to the chat so everybody can see it. So for the internships, if a company applies for the internship, how are the expenses of the students paid? By the project or by the company?
So,
Very
good question.
practical question.
So, in fact, each student has a funding of 5,000 euros a year. And so with this money, they can manage their year. In each country, there is a specific legislation. For example, in France, if you have an internship more than 45 days, you have to pay the student. It is almost at least almost 700 euros amounts. It is not the same in all the countries, so I cannot reply to this question for all the countries in Europe. But I think that each industry, right now, each industry did an effort to motivate the students to
Yeah.
come in internship, and it was and the students are also motivated. So there is not
So there
a
is no generic answer.
exactly. There is a funding for each student, so the yearly funding of 5,000 euros, and it's quite important. But after it is an agreement between the student and the industry.
Okay, so here is another question. So I'm going to, sorry, I'm juggling between the question tool and chat. So here is another question. Will the summer schools involved universities, students and lecturers participate in submitting proposals for upcoming Horizon Europe and Euro HPC goals? If yes, please guide on how to collaborate.
Yes, so you can contact Catherine for this kind of collaboration, or you can contact the email in the presentation. Um, uh, yes, we Horizon Europe on the Euro HPC call. Specifically Euro HPC call, because I hope that there will be new Euro HPC call for a new project on the master for the coming period.
Okay, I've put Catherine's email in the chat. I hope she doesn't
And you are
mind, but
welcome if you want to
if
participate.
somebody needs to contact her,
Yeah,
I think
you will
she's the right
welcome.
person. Yeah. Okay. So so this one was answered online. Do we have any other question? Yeah, Catherine says, yes, please contact me. So I put her email in the chat, so that's fine.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so no other question for the moment. Yeah, I just wanted to add that we have already invited the EUMaster4HPC students for the next ETP4HPC conference in February 2025. So I hope they enjoyed it, but I know that our members really enjoyed having the students, and there was a lot of talking and networking during the breaks and lunch. So we'll be very happy to have them again. So yeah, that's about it. I don't see any other questions. So if there is no other question, we will close, but I wanted to announce the next webinar. Our next, oh, sorry, there is a new question. Someone joined late. Can we get the recording? Yes, all attendees will receive the recording and the slides. So our next webinar will be on 27 December on a completely different subject. It will be about destination Earth, or to be more precise, ETP4HPC has prepared a strategic technology agenda for destination Earth, and we are going to present the outcome of this project in 3 different webinars. So if you are interested, we are starting on the 27th of September, and there will be another webinar in October and in November. So, oh, sorry, more questions coming in. You know, that's what happens when I try to close the webinar. So someone is asking, is the schedule mandatory? What happens is if someone falls behind?
Can you repeat, please?
I will even put it in the chat. Is the schedule mandatory? What happens if someone falls behind? I guess it's about the different semesters.
I think that it is case by case, because you say if a student had a problem.
Yeah, that's what I understand.
Yeah. So if a student has a problem, we try to find a solution. For example, a student was not able to come to so the summer school are mandatories. If a student cannot come to a mandatory summer school, he will come to the next, and so on. So we try to find solutions, and we have to notice also that these solutions are found also by the hosting universities, because each universities has its proper functioning, and we are not going to interfere in this local rules. But we try to find solutions. But the funding will be given only 1 year. So each year there is a funding of 5,000 euros. We are not going to give a funding for a third year. Nevertheless, we can find solutions if there was a serious problem. We can find a solution in order to be sure that the student can finish the formation in the best conditions.
Thank you, Stéphane. Yeah, something Catherine shared with us the password to access the MOOCs as a guest. So I gave the URL a little bit earlier. So you need a password to access as a guest. So here it is. And please, yes, share feedback on the EUMaster4HPC MOOC. They will be very glad to have your feedback. So now I will double check if there is no more questions. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Stéphane, for presenting the EUMaster4HPC to us today. Thank you, Catherine, for your help. I should have invited you as a co-panelist, maybe. Thank you. And well, I hope you will receive a lot of interesting proposals for workshops, internships, whatever, from our members, and specifically from the industry. I have not checked yet whether we have a lot of industrial companies in our audience, but yeah, I mean, I think it's important to ensure that the students come as soon as possible in contact with the companies, with industrial companies. I think it's a very important experience for them. Yeah, that's it. So thank you again. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Hope
you,
to
everyone.
see our audience again in September for the Destinationers webinar. And in the meantime, bye-bye.
Goodbye.